They said it was impossible. They said I was impossible. But I've lived with that word in my throat for too long. So I turned it into a battle cry. Raised where the hoofbeats meet ocean foam. Girl with gills in a stable built home. Pop clean stalls, I trained in the tides. With salt in my skin, in a fire in my stride. They laughed when I showed up with whiskers in hand. A striped little tabby, no pedigree, no brand. They said, you can't race that thing, that ain't no horse. But they never met a storm with the will discourse. Shot girl with the feline, breaking your rules. You build gates, I build tools. She ain't got hooves, but she's faster than spite. And I bet on the heart, not just the bite. Put that pussy in a horse race. 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 Oh. They said it's wrong, they said it's fake, but you don't know power till you raise the stakes. Put that pussy in a horse race. Oh. Put that pussy in a horse race. Put that pussy in a horse race. You raise the stakes. Whiskers on the line, claws digging in dirt. Cat with a mission and a heart that hurt. Like me, told too young what you'll never be. Told you're not built for the world we see. But we trained under moonlight and thunderous surf. Every lap of rebellion, every breath had worth. I whispered, they don't gotta believe in you, sis. Just run so fast, they choke on the mist. Jockeys laughed with their polished gear, but fear's just a mirror and we cracked it clear. Cause the cat don't care what species you name. She's chasing something bigger than fame. Put that pussy in a horse race. 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 Oh, they call it madness, I call it fate. She's running for every soul they underrate. Put that pussy in a horse race. Oh, put that pussy in a horse race. Put that pussy in a horse race. You restless race. You ever see a cat run when she's got something to prove? Not for the prize, not for applause, but because she wasn't supposed to. Because someone said you can't. So she said, watch me. Final stretch, claws to the wind. Every doubt they threw, she turned to a win. Streak of gray lightning crossed chestnut blur. One girl, one cat, no one could deter. And me, I stood with my door so high. Tears in my eyes, but my throat stayed dry. Cause I knew this wasn't just about speed. It was about breaking what they said we'd need. No bloodline, no saddle, no legacy fame. Just a girl and a feline unchained from the game. They said, what are you even trying to prove? I said that greatness don't ask, it moves. Put that pussy in a horse race. 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 Cause she ain't got hooves, but she's got grace. And we just redefine what wins first place. Put that pussy in a horse race. Oh, put that pussy in a horse race. Put that pussy in a horse race. What wins first place. They said it couldn't be done. They said she wasn't built for it. But she crossed the finish line and now the world will have to catch up.